Hey y'all, it's Alec and I want to welcome you to the Traveling Civilian YouTube channel. I am real excited about the response I've had to the channel, especially since we updated and changed the names. And I think in the last 28 days we've picked up 44 subscribers. So thank y'all for all y'all that are coming along for the adventure. If you go to our community page, you'll see I've got a friend of mine that's helping me design some stickers. Let me know what you think of them and if I should go ahead and order some, and if y'all would be interested in having a sticker supporting our channel. It's June here in Montana. It's raining, it's 47 degrees. It's hard to believe that this is summer, but as part of being prepared, I'm trying to get my fat self back into shape, so I'm trying to walk 1 to 2 miles every day. And on some of those days, I'm gonna take y'all along for a little chat, a little walk and talk, so to speak. And today, I wanna talk about the fast pace that the world we live in, the world we surround ourselves with is changing. And I'm telling you, I think 2024 is going to be quite the volatile year. And I'm going to tell you, it's time to buckle up, Buttercup. Now, I have taken 3 pages of notes here. I don't usually do these walk and talks with notes, but there's some things I really want to bring to you and talk to you about, and I want to make sure that I don't overlook anything. So let's get into today's video. You know, I think the world we live in is starting to change at a faster pace, and I think all this change is brought to us by the New World Order. It's all by design, it's all planned, and I think they're executing it on their schedule. And I think that the leaders to be, so to speak, are going to do everything they can to disrupt the election in 2024. They don't want to lose power. We have a lot of rhinos and Democrats. I mean, we've got people in the Congress and Senate, you know, they're 80, 90 years old. You look at them and they need to be in a nursing home. So what are some of the things that I think we're going to have to be on the lookout for, to expect here in 2024? And we're going to go over a few of them. Now, this is just a gut feeling. You know, I'm closing in on 60 years old. I've lived a good long life. I've had jobs that have put me in positions to kind of see what's going on the backside. And I think we're in for some hard times. So I think one of the biggest things that we're going to have to worry about is current and upcoming wars. Now, I've got a list. There's so much turmoil in this country that the rain's really starting to come down. I may have to go back to the camper to finish this, but so I've got wars everywhere, and I'm gonna sit here and rely on my list a little bit. The rain picked up so much, I went ahead and pulled off at one of the little cabins we have here at the campground so that we could talk. Got water on the lens, so if you see some water spots, I'm sorry about that. But I've got here on my list that war is everywhere. So we've got the China and Taiwan incident where Biden is saying that he'll send military to protect Taiwan. Then we got the Ukrainian war, which we're sending billions of our tax dollars overseas to support them, not only tax dollars, but ammunition and weapons and whatnot. And you have China saying that they will retaliate against any country that gives Ukraine weapons that are used inside their border. Earlier this week, we had a top Chinese general say that, well, he gave a speech saying that he blames America, the U.S., for most of the world's troubles, including the Middle East, Russia, Iran, the Ukrainian problems. He blamed them for the Israel problems and everything. Then if you got the Russian news organizations are talking about that if there was a huge war, that Poland would be the nuclear battleground and that they would be obliterated from the face of the earth, and even their language would never be spoken again. So we've got the China-Taiwan incident, we've got the Ukrainian war, we've got what's going on in Israel, we've got China threatening that if America gets involved in the dispute between China and Taiwan, that we would be pretty much at war with China. We've got Russia talking about that if any weapons that NATO countries have given Ukraine are used inside the borders of Russia, that they would retaliate. I know that I forget what country gave Ukraine F-16 fighters, and they've given them permission to go in to use those weapons against Russia inside their borders. I know that we've given ammunition and weapons, I think small arms, I may be wrong about that, and we've given them permission to use those inside the Russian boundaries inside the country. And then you've got the Secretary of State, what's his name, Blinken, some stupid name. Anyway, you've got him saying in a speech that Joe Biden does not want to start World War III. Let me see, I wrote it down exactly how he said it. Let's see what my notes say. So that Joe Biden does not want to start World War III. Now, I think that's a really weird way of saying that. It's almost like, okay, I know we're participating in it, we don't want to start it, but if it starts, so be it. But we don't have enough soldiers. Our military is a mess. We don't have enough soldiers to go into battle with China, with Russia, in the Middle East, Iran, the Palestinians. I mean, our military is not that big, nor do we have enough people. So I think they'll go from a volunteer military to a draft like we had back in the, what was it, the 60s. And to me, that is just another way that the world order is going to control the population. They're going to force all these battles and fights and wars to kill off people to reduce the population. I mean, these are some crazy, scary times that we're living in. And then that's not even talking about the election, 2024 election. I mean, just look at what's happened to Trump in the last week or so. You know, he's been convicted of 34 felonies. They're threatened to put him in prison. That's never happened before. The three-letter agencies, the DOJ, the FBI, the CIA, I think that they are all conspiring against the American people to protect the New World Order. You've got the rhinos in Congress, Republicans in name only, who are not doing anything to help. They all want to stay in power. We've got, how many leaders do we have that are over 80 years old, need to be in nursing homes? It's crazy. But so who watching this video thinks that the 2024 election is going to go off, you know, without a hitch? It's going to be a perfect election. Most secure election, as they said, for 2020. I don't think any of us believe that. I think that we've got another 2 months. I think we've got the summer of things kind of staying equal, maybe slowly ramping up. But I think that as the closer we get to the election, we're going to see a lot of civil unrest. We're going to see riots, mostly peaceful, right? We're going to see riots. We're going to see, I think we're going to see more, you know, like we had the barge that hit the road and closed down one of the largest ports in the country. We've had train derailments. I think we're going to see more and more of that to disrupt the flow of goods, to getting the American citizens the things that we need. I think we're going to see our government continue to ramp up the support and elevation of illegal immigrants and cast the citizenship to the side, because they know that those people are more likely to vote for socialism, for the Democrats, for the powers to be that support the New World Order, to the changing of the American life as we know it. So that's a lot of doom and gloom. I know a lot of people say that's a lot of conspiracy theory, and that's fine if that's what you want to think, but what can be done? What can we do to protect ourselves? Well, I think it's time to get back to basics with our preps. For those of you that are preparing for what's coming, you know, one of the things that we have to do is we need to make sure we have the basics. You know, one of the biggest basics is water. So we're able to carry 64 gallons of fresh water in our motorhome, and we have a Berkey system to run water through. I just changed the filters, so it's good for another 3 years. If you don't have a Berkey, I think it's a great way to make sure that you have safe drinking water. We need to check our food stocks. You know, with me living in a motorhome and traveling the country, I don't have a 6-month supply of food. You know, we've got maybe a month, and that's all the weight that we can carry in the camper. I know when we were on our farm and we had a victory garden, we had almost a year's worth of food between the freezer and the storeroom that we didn't have to worry. So for those that are like me, that have a limited amount of space to be able to store food, then I am putting away, you know, I don't think we have much time, a couple of months to really start preparing. We do a few things that are, you know, getting us prepared. We're learning how to grow food in our motorhome. We have a couple of these aquaponics gardens. They don't produce a lot of food, but they produce some food. It's not enough to sustain us, but it helps. Then there's freeze-dried foods we can carry. I hate to say the ones at Walmart, those are not the best, but you know, we can get a couple of months worth of freeze-dried food in the camper. And then we carry about a month's worth of, I call it real food, you know, canned foods. We have shelving, our cabinets, you know, we have a lot of cabinets in the camper that we can use, and closets and the underbelly for storing food. And so I think, you know, we'll be okay for a couple of months. But if you have a regular sticks and bricks house, or a hobby farm, or a full-size farm, then I would urge you to put up a lot of vitamin nutrient type foods. If you've got room for animals, which I really miss that from having our small farm, but make sure you're not getting what I call hobby animals, like the fluffy-footed chickens and all that kind of stuff. Do your research if you're adding animals to your preps to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck. It takes effort and time and money to feed and grow the pastures. But the main thing is to sit down and evaluate your plan. And then once you and your family have evaluated your plan, implement it and do everything you can to keep your family safe and secure. Because I honestly believe hard times are coming, and we need to make sure that we are ready. Some of the things I've said today have probably made you like, this guy's crazy. But the world we live in right now is crazy, and we've got to be prepared for the craziness that's coming at us. So until next time, y'all stay safe out there. Be prepared. Thank you.